So, you run a pub, right? And you know that temptation to just slash prices to get people in the door. But what if there's a much, much better way? Today, we're going to dive into how you can stop using those margin-killing discounts and start creating offers that are genuinely irresistible, all by using a really powerful framework from the entrepreneur Alex Hormozi. I mean, really think about it. Are those happy hour deals or 20% off mains actually building your business for the long term? Or are you just pulling in the bargain hunters? The ones who disappear the second that deal is over, leaving your profits thinner than ever. It's such a common trap, and today we're going to show you how to climb right out of it. And this right here is the key difference. A simple discount on a pint that brings in customers who are only loyal to the price tag. But an offer, something like a steak night for two, that creates an entire experience. All of a sudden, it's not about a cheap drink anymore. It's a complete night out package. Customers stop comparing the price of one little thing and start seeing just incredible value in the whole deal. That's the huge shift we're talking about. This is the whole philosophy from Alex Hormozi in a nutshell. His goal isn't just to be a little bit better than the pub down the road. No, the goal is to craft an offer that's so compelling, so jam-packed with value, that a customer would feel genuinely foolish for turning it down. Okay, so how in the world do we build an offer like that? Well, it's not just guesswork or magic. Hormozi actually breaks it all down into a formula, a really simple equation that shows you exactly how a customer's brain calculates value. Let's take a look. What's so cool about this formula is just how logical it is. To make an offer irresistible, you've got to crank up the value. Simple, right? And to do that, you maximize the two things on top, the dream result they want and how likely they think they are to get it, while you shrink the two things on the bottom, how long they have to wait and how much hassle is involved. That's where the real magic happens, when you nail both sides of that equation. Let's break this down for a pub. The dream outcome? That's not just the burger itself, it's the fun night out with friends, right? Perceived likelihood is all about their trust in you, which you build up with great reviews and awesome photos of a busy, buzzing pub. Time delay is pretty straightforward. How fast can they get a table and get their food? And finally, effort and sacrifice is just how easy and painless you make the whole experience for them. Okay, so that's the theory, but how do you actually use it to get people through the door on, say, a quiet Tuesday night? That's the million-dollar question, right? Well, the main technique Hormozi talks about is something he calls value stacking. So, value stacking. Think of it like strategic bundling, but on steroids. You take your main product, let's say it's a meal, and you start piling on other things that feel really valuable to the customer, but, and this is key, cost you very little to actually provide. This makes the whole package feel like a way better deal than all those little things by themselves. Okay, so let's look at this. We've all seen this deal a million times, right? A burger and a pint for 12 quid. I mean, it's fine, it's okay, but is it irresistible? No way. A customer can instantly compare that price to every other pub on the street. But now just watch what happens when we start stacking the value. The price is exactly the same, but the offer is a completely different beast. By throwing in a free dessert, which costs you next to nothing, and quiz entry, which costs you absolutely nothing, you've just transformed a basic meal deal into a whole evening's worth of entertainment. Now the customer feels like they're getting an absolute bargain. And this is so, so important. You're not really selling food and drink. You're selling an emotional outcome. For students, it's all about fun and looking good on Instagram. For a family, it's about an affordable, stress-free meal where they don't have to do the dishes. Your offer has to be laser-focused on delivering one of these dream outcomes to a specific type of person. Look, having an amazing offer is one thing, but people put things off. To get them to act now, you need to pull out the most powerful psychological trigger in all of marketing, FOMO, the fear of missing out. So Hormozi gives us 3 simple levers to pull here. First up, scarcity. You limit the number of things available. People just want what they think they can't have. Then there's urgency, which limits the time and forces a decision. And finally, exclusivity, which makes people feel special, like they're part of an exclusive club. When you combine these, you're not just asking them to come in, you're giving them a really good reason to come in tonight. Now, this isn't just some abstract theory. The biggest, most successful brands in hospitality are already using these principles, whether they call them by Hormozi's names or not, and their success is all the proof you need that this stuff flat out works. Honestly, once you start looking, you see this stuff everywhere. Weatherspoon's Curry Club, that's a masterclass in value stacking. It feels like this huge feast for one low price.
Revolution's bottomless brunch is selling the dream outcome of unlimited fun, but it uses scarcity with those limited time slots. And Miller and Carter, they use price anchoring to make their lunch menu feel like an absolute steal compared to what you'd pay in the evening.
All right, let's pull all of this together into a simple, actionable blueprint that you can literally start using today to create your own winning offer.
All right, here we go. 5 simple steps to get this done. First, you gotta identify the dream outcome for one specific customer. Then, stack that offer with low-cost extras to make it feel irresistible. Give it a great name that frames it as a whole experience, not just a discount. From there, inject that all-important FOMO, and finally, promote the heck out of it with real photos and reviews to prove you can deliver the goods. So I'm gonna leave you with this one question to chew on. Forget 10% off. What kind of experience can you create? What value can you stack on top? What is the one offer you can build for your pub that is so good, so perfectly targeted, that your ideal customers will feel absolutely stupid for saying no?